Long live your idols, may they never be your rivals. M was like Jesus, and J wrote the Bible. And what you're about to hear are some thoughts from within. Yeah, this J Cole.
What have you, a question for you,
Sure.
because now that you're 9 months in?
9 months.
9 months into parenthood. You both work, right? She's back to working.
Yep.
How do you deal with the fairness of sharing the duties around the house?
Wow, that's a loaded question,
It is.
And I'm going to tell you why. And you know what? I'm not going to lie on this podcast, and
Yeah.
I am not going to try to sugarcoat things. I'm going to tell it straight how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And when my
This
wife,
is a real thing.
if my wife listens,
I'll call him out on
if
it.
she watches, oh no, I'm the worst husband alive. I have not changed a diaper since Levi was 2 months old. He's now 9. I make his bottle. I will feed him. I will get up in the morning. I will feed him in the morning. I will feed him at night. I will.
Let me tell you something.
Wake
Matt
up.
decided at one point that he was not doing the shit anymore. That's exactly what
I
happened.
got shit on me one too many times, and I said, I'm getting shitted on. I don't like it. But no, that's not actually the case. You know what it is? And Jill and I have an agreement, and although I don't want to say we've argued about it, we definitely revisited the agreement multiple times just to check and check
This is a
ourselves.
verbal agreement.
But yeah, so we
She
talked.
said,
So
this
Jill,
is bullshit at one point.
Jill is very intelligent, but as a dental hygienist, her job is 100%, 8:30 to 4:30, 8:30 to 5. All right? When she leaves work, she does not have to think about a patient. She doesn't have to think about what's the next patient. She doesn't think about anything. Whereas, Zach and Ronnie, you both have this kind of same idea. And I'm not saying that you guys get to duck your duties. I got, call it lucky, unlucky, I don't know.
Duck
But
the duties.
when I leave work, Ronnie, I texted you, what was it, Wednesday night? Wednesday night, what time was I leaving my office? 10:30, 11 o'clock at night?
It was late. I was already.
So I went into work that morning at 6 a.m. I was leaving my office at 10:30 at night. I never get to turn work off.
You got a different situation than me and Ronnie have.
Right. Well, I'm a partner at a firm, and
Yeah.
and if I've got clients in China, I've got clients in South America, North America, California. I've got different time zone clients that don't fucking sleep. Okay, all they want to do is bother me all the time. So I don't. When I get home, and I get stressed sometimes when I get home and Levi's screaming, or Levi needs a diaper change, or Levi needs to eat. My mind is not there. My mind is still thinking about the next 18 items I have to do to make sure that we can pay the bills.
Right.
And I think that has played a factor in my ditching my dad duties. And I'm smart. Okay, I'm very smart.
Yeah.
So I believe that I'm going to regret not taking on some more of these more personal duties with my son. Even though right now I feel lucky that I don't have to.
Do you plan on eventually having a second?
100%.
I have personally. It wasn't a decision I made consciously, but I have taken on purpose. I just didn't consciously think about it. I have done a lot more with Forrest than I ever did with Ruby because I missed out on so many things. I had a startup that I was trying to do for the first 18 months of Ruby's life, and part of it was. It's hard to say, but part of it might have been
The reason why.
trying to find an excuse to say I can't do it. I gotta work. Right? Part of it might have been just me, and I wasn't thinking about this consciously, but the stress of it.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the stress of trying to learn some, web development or something else.
Something new, yeah.
It's just the truth.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I've always, for the last 15 years, I've always run a very busy work schedule, and I've profited and had a lot of success because of it.
Right.
But I've also seen Hollywood. I've seen movies like The Family Man, and not Family Guy like probably you watch, Family Man with Nicolas Cage, where he spent so many hours and so much time on his career that he gave up the family life. And I don't. By the way, when I get home from work at night, I might not be there for him changing diapers mentally, but I am there laying on the floor playing.
Well,
and engaging.
We have kids now, so it's Elf. Remember Elf's dad? He didn't care at all.
There you go. There's another good example.
Yeah.
He was too busy with his job.
Yeah.
And you are
Which providing a life is important too.
Absolutely.
But
And
that's
that's one
got to
thing
be a
that,
balance, right? I think the balance is the hard part.
and I'm a more or less the sole provider. My wife's a dog trainer, but she doesn't bring in. It's not enough to really make a dent. So I feel like when I come home, it's hard for me to say, yeah, now all of a sudden 50-50. What do you know, it's tough. But it's tough. But at the same time, I would not even consider trading spots. Because
Yeah, so-
I know how much, that is so much harder
So you
than
actually,
what I do.
you actually laid that out to me before I had Levi.
And she had to
Well, I
put it
tried
back.
to because I saw
came
you
over-
coming
came
out of
over,
baby.
You came over for a draft one day, and you said that you had to watch. I don't think it was Forrest.
I don't know.
I don't remember which one it was, but you had to watch one or two for an entire day. And you had to cook dinner, and you had to clean.
Which shouldn't
you had
be
to- and
so
you had to
hard,
take
right?
naps.
Yeah.
But right, on the surface level, it sounds
Yeah.
like it's cake. I will work 100 hours in that week before I would trade places with my wife.
And
My wife has the hardest, and your wife, and soon to be KK, for at least during maternity, they have the hardest job.
And I could be wrong, but I think that us, and eventually when you get there, acknowledging that they have it harder is all that they want.
Oh, that's great to know. I tell you all the
I-
time.
Do you know what I mean? Like, in reality, they want to be acknowledged that they have the harder job.
She is literally already
know?
carrying it.
Yeah.
Long live your idols, may they never be your rivals. M was like Jesus, and J wrote the Bible. And what you're about to hear are some thoughts from within. Yeah, this J.